Hello friends, and welcome to this homestead. If today is the first time you're visiting with us, we want to extend to you a very warm welcome and invite you to watch any of our over 500 videos arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we are confident you're going to find something both entertaining and useful to watch. If you have been here before but you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe and click the notification button so you know every time we post a new video, which is midweek and the weekends, and support the channel. It is free. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. Today we're going to work on another very useful project, and this is our dog rejecting her food. We're going to work on another very useful project. We are going to build a spice rack, because our current spice situation is not horrible, but it can be more organized, right?
Yeah, and I have so many. They go from front to back, and I can't see what the ones are in the back, and I'm always having to shift things around to find what I need.
So stick around, and we're going to show you step by step how to easily build a spice rack of your own for either your your kitchen, or your cabinet, your counter cabinet. That is the cabinet. So we're going to build something to make this both more useful and better looking, and this is what we're building today to better organize our spices. And what else we're using there? Salt and pepper and spices, right? Mm-hmm. And this is a good easy build. It's a sub $10 build that you can do in what you guys say, a couple of hours?
Yeah, at most.
So stick around, and we're going to show you every step of the process. So we have a crude design for our space rack shelf here, and this is the dimensions are based on our specific cabinet that we want to put it in, right? So you might have to change this, but a good shelf depth for spices is 1.5 to 2 inches, and we decided it would be 2 inches to have a little more space, not to worry about it. And our last rack, I mean, this will be a typical spice bottle, right? Mm-hmm. But some of them can be larger, right? Mm-hmm. So on the back shelf, on our third shelf, we're going to account for larger ones. So we are doubling the width of the shelf. The first ones will be 2 and 2, and the last one will be 4. And our height in all of them will be 2, right? So our total height will be 6. Or did we change that 1.5? We changed it to 1.5. It will be 1.5 because we have another shelf on top. So we need to be under 11. The next question is what material we'll use. And it might be plywood, it might be solid wood. There are many different options. So we're going to head to our local big box store and look at the wood they have available and purchase the wood that we think will allow us to make it in the simplest possible way. So we're going to be right back. So we're going to go from this to this. Alright friends, and here we are in the shop. We went to Lowe's and purchased our good. We are not sponsored by Lowe's, just the store that we went. And here is all the wood we're going to need. This is about $17 worth of wood. And to put it in perspective, you can buy this for about this price, but you can buy them all the way to $30 or $40 or $50, right? Now this is more about customizing it to our space than anything else. So this is not extremely expensive if you think about the utilities going to give to Mrs. Wizard. But this is all the wood we're going to use. Do you remember the dimensions? This is 2 boards of 6, right?
Yeah, it's 6 inches by half by 4 feet. That one is.
3 feet.
This is 4 feet.
Okay, that's 3 feet.
And that's 3.
No, it's 3 and 2.
And how much is this? Okay, so this is all the wood we'll need. Now, if you only have hand tools, this is a project you can build with hand tools. You don't need to have a power saw. We're going to use a power saw for production expediting. We need to be finishing and recording. And of course, if you have it, why wouldn't you use it? We have it, we're going to use it. But it is a totally doable project with hand tools. So to expedite the process, we clamp the 3 pieces together because we're going to have to cut them in the same dimension, right? And we raise the blade to make sure we'll go through all of them. And here I'm making sure that our blade is on our mark. And now we're getting ready to cut, right? We finished our first cut, and we use one of the 3 pieces we cut as a guide to help us decide the dimensions of the remaining cuts. So we're going to touch the blade here, and we're ready to make the other cut.
Making sure that it's flush on the end.
Right. So we're ready to start the assembly. We're going to assemble 2 shelves with these pieces. We're going to only show you one. So check to make sure that these are visible. So check to see that these are the areas you want or the sides you want. Okay? No, not that. For example, you see this is rough for some reason. It was in the pallet damaged, even though that's supposed to be a 4S4. Really, this isn't the 4S4, but you know. But we are fine here. And does everyone know what 4S4 means?
Probably not. I didn't.
That means that it is finished on 4 sides. Yes?
Okay.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to put it like this. So this one, and we know we have a straight edge here on the edge of the table. We're going to put glue here. And then we're going to lay this on top, make it really flush, and then we're going to use our Ryobi Airstrike.
Yes, Airstrike.
Okay.
Do you want to clamp it? Not on this, we can, but the 2 of them when you're together.
Yeah, when we've got them ready to go.
All right.
Okay, we might need clamps then.
Got your Airstrike. I'm going to put it up just to put the glue on.
I've been told that this can eliminate or minimize the squeeze out, so we're going to try it. I've not done it before, but...
Alright, now I'm going to put it down and line it up. Make sure that it's flush on the end, please, before you clamp.
Okay, I don't see it flush here.
It's not.
Now the disadvantage of this process is that the glue makes the pieces very slippery. So you need to take your time. You need to take your time and make sure that you are in good alignment. And I'm going to shoot one staple here. Let me do at least one here.
Please, wait, please.
It is clamped, you cannot move it.
Well, I need to move it because it's not flush.
Now we can remove the clamp from this because it is already stapled. We can make sure that it's in perfect alignment. You want to reclamp it or okay? And if we go on the other end, we know then that the piece will not move, right? And now we can, if you think it's perfect, we're going to put another one in the middle. You can take the clamp off if you want. It just adds weight now, so it has no purpose. Sorry. All right. You want to saw the edge? So there we go. That is a pretty good connection there. I don't know if that techniques help the squeeze out or not. What do you guys think? All right, we're going to do the other piece identically, and we're going to get back with you when we're done with that. So we have the two pieces ready, and we need to attach one to another. And in order to make the staircase look of the spice rack, this is the correct orientation. So we're going to put glue now. We found out that the what do you call it? Smoothing the glue with your finger really doesn't do anything. So we're going back to our old technique.
Let me adjust my fingers so that they can be clamps.
Can you lift up a little bit? No, not.
Yes, I can.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. This is a little trickier. And try not to hit your assistant like I did. Okay. Let me do something here really. What do you want me to do? And here is our first two shelves. Of course, we haven't finished the support yet, but here are the first two shelves. On the third shelf, we want it to be wider for bigger bottles. So we're not going to repeat this process exactly. In essence, we will, but it will be a wider piece in the butt, right? So the one piece will be identical, like it was here, and the other piece will be wider. So we're going to make this next shelf, and we'll be right back. So as we said, the top one is going to be wider because we want bigger bottles or containers to be there. But the rise is the same. So the next connection will be like so. So as you can see, we're going to have two narrow shelves and one longer. All right, so we're going to attach that. It will be the same way, so we're not going to show it to you. We're going to attach that. I'll be right back. So here it is. So now we need to figure out the support so it will be sitting correctly, and of course the sides. Now I haven't decided, we haven't decided. You can leave this open and just put a little support on the back to keep it parallel, right? Or you can cover this. I don't know if we have a preference, but we're going to show it to you whatever we do. Anything else we need to show? Any lessons learned or anything?
Yeah, you just got to make sure that everything is flush. You've got straight boards, and if you have any boards that you're using that are a little bit warped, you're going to have to make some, adjustments.
Well, in this small size, you need to try not to have warpage because there is not much you can do.
Exactly.
You cannot really flex the wood very much.
But for example, if you were trying to use scrap wood from another project, you would need to make sure that your boards were as straight as possible.
Right, you have to cut them. You have to make sure that they're good. Okay, let's figure out the rest of the design, and we're going to be right back. Again, we're using one of our early pieces that we cut off the cut-offs, right? And we decided on a little further architectural interest look, so the dimension stays the same and we don't have to measure every time. All right, now we're ready to cut this one. We need dust collection. Well, we have to figure out now. So we decided we are going to put this in the back, right? So we need to make sure that this is a right angle. We're going to have to do a little bit of work, and we're going to get right back to it. So it is important that this back piece will be correctly connected to the top shelf. And we know that we have 3 rises of 1.5 inches because this is the width of these pieces, right? So then that makes a 4.5 distance from the top of this shelf to the bottom, whatever the bottom is. So we made 4.5 inch marks on our back piece, and we are ready with our clamps, our 90-degree clamps. That is just to make it easier for ourselves. So that would help us have a 90-degree angle. Okay, so when you align it, you need to close the angle.
And so what we're looking for is to align this mark with the top of that board.
Well, I thought we would have put it inside.
It's fine. We can see it. Because if it's inside, you can't actually align it with the board.
Of course you can.
Well, it would be covered by the board.
And we need to do the same on the other side.
Okay.
So we've used our right angle brackets here,
Clamps.
brackets, same thing, which have been very useful to us in the past and are very inexpensive at Harbor Freight. Not a sponsor yet, but as you can see, we have put glue, but we have not attached it with brads yet. We wanted to make sure that it sits correctly, and as you can see, it looks pretty darn good.
It's very stable.
If I
There's
say
no
so
rocking
myself.
here. There's no rocking here at all.
So we're going to now brad nail it, and we're going to be right back with you. So we decided to put another extra little, I will call it support,
Brace.
and it will help stabilize the whole piece front to back and keep the dimensions stable. We don't need it for strength really, but it is better to overbuild than underbuild, correct? You want more? Riveting. Take your fingers away. All right. So now that has plenty of strength. Actually, this is stairs. You can probably step on this and go up and down. Again, in our case, the sides are not going to be visible, and potentially we can use something for storage of whatever that we don't use often underneath. So we're not going to put sides on it, but you could easily do so if you so choose. And in fact, you don't even have to do much cutting because this is the correct dimension here. So you can put a piece here. You see what I'm saying? And another piece here, and another piece here, and it will be a very easy. So we need to touch a little bit of sanding for the areas we cut. Again, this is a 4S4. All those pieces are 4S4, so they don't need sanding in any phase. They are very, very smooth. In fact, any sanding we did will make them less smooth. But the areas we cut, we have left a little bit of what you will call it, fuzz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just on these, the little.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, friends, and here we are with the finished product. And it came very much the way we have envisioned it. Again, usually we don't make plans for our project. In this case, we decided to do so. And really the only design changes we made on the fly was we did not close the sides, because really there is no need. You will never see those sides. It's going to be in a cabinet. And we added a full back. Instead of supporting it on the sides, we added this back. Now on the plus side, you're going to see we use much less wood than we anticipated. So this became a sub $10 project. Correct? So even from cost, you really will not buy this quality for $10. I don't think so, right? I mean, you can probably buy a plastic one, but you wouldn't buy a wood one.
And most of them that you can find pre-made don't have different sizes of shelf space.
That's for sure.
So overall, what we envision and what we build is pretty close, I would say. I know our dimensions are correct. So we're going to go inside and show it to you, put in use. One of the other fun things about this project, you finish it in the shop, you take it inside, you put it to use, right? So we're going to show you how we're going to use it. So come with us. A very organized cupboard that, as we use it, will become more efficient in knowing exactly where things are. What do you think, Mrs. Wizard? This is for you.
Yeah, it's very useful. I love the fact that I can store them up there and I can reach things without having to shift them all around to find what I'm looking for.
What I don't love is that you cannot see our hard work.
It's a behind the scenes tool.
Right, lessons learned. Would we have done anything different? I don't know about you ladies. I would probably have made the shelves a little shorter. I don't know if, what do you think?
You mean the riser?
Yeah,
Yeah, so they're not as tall.
Yeah. because they, you know, I don't know if it's a big deal for
Maybe
people,
it's
but
just the first one that we would have made taller.
yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, we are working in a specified dimension with the cabinet here and the shelf above, so.
And we did not look what the ready-made ones are, to be honest. We just look at what we had and build it based on what we had.
Mhm.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Urban Homesteading channel. And if you did, please smash that like button. If you didn't, the other button works as well. Share, like, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see in future episodes of our channel. From Dr. Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, Elpida, and the Urban Homesteading channel, stay safe, wash your hands, put your masks on, and we're going to see you soon. Farewell, friends.